All right, so we're back. And I actually just recorded the Brandon Ingram Raptors trade video, but the Lakers made a deal, so this one's got to go first. But the Brandon Ingram one will happen. This deadline continues to be crazy here. The Lakers traded. This is like a real, like, we want this guy type of trade, man. They traded Dalton Knecht. Very fun rookie, especially for that, like, 6-game stretch that was happening there. But you just got Luka. When you get Luka, the energy changes. Granted, I don't know if any of us were asking them to be this aggressive with finding a center, but okay. 2031, unprotected first. The pick that should belong to the Dallas Mavericks in the most insane trade of all time that they never should have made in the first place, but whatever, here we are. A 2030 pick swap to the Hornets for Mark Williams. Wow. Mark Williams, the center that we've all been hoping could be the ideal 5 next to LaMelo, but due to injuries to, well, both of them, to be honest, it just never really materialized. But even so, we see the framework of what Mark Williams can be, this, huge lob threat screen setter, and we know how those type of guys play off of Luka. And obviously, Mark Williams he's only a few years in the league here. And then defensively, I mean, for the first couple of years there, whenever he could get on the court, the on-off numbers just screamed, this guy makes this team win games, or at least his minutes. Admittingly, it has not been the same thing with the on-off numbers this season, but also, I mean, the Hornets, they're the Hornets, man. And Mark Williams is going from that situation to now a pretty damn pressure-packed situation. Like, you are the center for Luka. You're the guy who's supposed to catch all the lobs and be the awesome defender. This is quite a decent bet on Mark Williams if you're the Lakers, if for anything, his health alone. And it's also a really interesting thing for the Hornets to just be like, listen, we've been in this business with Mark Williams for a few years now, and by the way, his extension is not far away, and that is a very interesting conversation to have here. The Hornets just said, I mean, you're giving us Dalton Knecht and all these picks. We're going to take it and run, man. And as far as looking at Mark Williams' recent buckets, I mean, it's a lot of screens and then passes from like Josh Green or Vasily Micic for the Hornets. Unfortunately, not a lot from LaMelo, at least in the very recent games, because that was just a common theme with those two. You just didn't see them on the court that much together. Similar thing in that 38-point game he had against the Grizzlies recently, where there is some LaMelo in that one, but he's also getting assists from Nick Smith Jr., running a handoff action, then getting an off-ball screen, and then going downhill from there, stuff that you imagine J.J. Redick can drop from Mark Williams. Man, the Lakers wasted no time. They said, we need a center for Luka. Here's our center for Luka. And again, this is about as large of a bet as you can make on a guy where up to this point we see the potential, but he's just got to be on the court for it to actually happen. I mean, the bet here, and I said, potential extension earlier, he's extension eligible this offseason. Doesn't mean they have to do it. You can take it into the 4th year on his rookie contract. I mean, this is a bet that he can be the rim protector that they're hoping for, that he can be the lob threat for Luka, and he kind of has to be because you didn't give up nothing to get him. And this is real gutsy because I know the dream that Lakers fans had was like Miles Turner. I don't think that one was ever happening. Nick Claxton, a little bit of Jakob Poeltl, which was the first name that I thought of. I think if the Lakers had ended up with a not noteworthy center, I think there would have been an acceptance of like, okay, there was a short window of time. It's just kind of tough to find somebody. Also, potentially nobody wanting to give Luka another really good center, especially like a Western Conference team. Well, you need an Eastern Conference team for this deal. I might just be talking out of my ass right now. Basically, it's a hell of a bet by Pelinka. But once again, like while we all believe that Luka's going to sign that extension with the Lakers, they got to get him to sign the extension. And so I guess they believe Mark Williams can be a part of the source to do that, but he's got to be healthy, man. Another thing I will say with Mark Williams, while of course the dunks and just everything around the rim is like the thing you notice the most of him on offense, there is a little bit of like hook shot, floater, something there. There's a little more playmaking juice than you might think as well, 2.5 assists a game, little handoff actions and etc. But yeah, I mean, look, Luka is better than LaMelo, but pretty much everything you envisioned about what Mark Williams and LaMelo could be, you can now just picture it with Luka, but then take it to another level. So pretty much I thought that we were going to see, I don't know, at least 500 Luka to Lively lobs over the next 10 years. Perhaps, I mean, for the Lakers' sake, it better be Luka to Mark Williams lobs. Because, again, they gave up a pretty generous amount of stuff here for the guy. You're also going to get Mark Williams, Austin Reeves screens, and in the who knows how many more seasons, Mark Williams, LeBron screens, but we all know this is a trade for Luka. And perhaps the biggest thing, this is a bet that Mark Williams will be healthy.